What's up guys, it's Living Survival, and this is my Altoids Survival Tin, so stick with me. Alright guys, so I've watched tons and tons of videos, and a lot of the ideas in here were taken from other videos, so I definitely don't claim to have invented any of this stuff, but I went ahead and put together a kit the way I would put together a kit and wanted to show you. There's three main reasons why I wanted to do a kit. One, it's fun. It's fun to see what you can pack into one of these little guys. Two, it offers me more organization of smaller items in addition to my EDC pack. This is what I carry on me every day. I carry this in stores, restaurants, movies, you know, pretty much wherever I'm going, I'm going to carry this kit. So the Altoids tin allows me to carry smaller items that would basically get lost in this kit, and I can put them all in the Altoids kit and leave it in one of the pouches of this pack. And the third reason is there are a few times where I wouldn't carry this pack, but I would still want to have these items on me. Let's say a wedding, for example. I'm not going to carry this into a wedding or into a church most likely, but I could definitely slip this Altoids tin down in my suit pocket and have this with me. As well as other times where you're not going to take the pack, I can definitely take this. Now, although this has a small bit of fire kit to it, a small cutting tool, things like that, chances are if I'm taking this Altoids tin out of this bag, I'm also going to grab my EDC knife and my flashlight and my lighter. So the items in this kit will be semi-redundant, but they're there nonetheless. So just your basic Altoids tin. I did sand down the bottom. I just got to hit it with a little bit heavier grit sandpaper to get it a little bit more shiny, but you could definitely use that for signaling if you had to in a pinch. And then I just have a few rubber bands on the top. Rubber bands are definitely always handy to have around. So even though the case does shut almost all the way on its own, I still like to have those rubber bands so it doesn't pop open, and also because they are handy. So just your standard Altoids tin, and when we open it up we can take a look at what we have in here. First thing, I have about 2 feet of duct tape. Now this is put on wax paper, and it actually works really well. It will come right off the wax paper and still have all the stickiness of duct tape. So a great way to carry a pretty decent length of duct tape and put it on wax paper so that you can use it very easily. Next thing I have on here are some of the items that I'd be most likely to grab first out of this kit if I needed them and I didn't have my EDC pack. Just some Neosporin, some sunscreen if I had to you know, walk somewhere and I forgot my pack or didn't have my pack. I definitely have some sunscreen there. I have one of these little dental floss that has the pick on one side and then the floss on the other side. Then I just have a couple band-aids here. Never know when you might get a little cut or scratch or something, and you want to make sure that it doesn't get infected. Then I just have 2 alcohol prep pads here. These can be used for fire starting or obviously to help clean a wound as well. And then I have some of the items that I'm most likely not going to need to grab, you know, right off the bat. These items are things that I could grab quickly out of my pocket and be pretty inconspicuous about it. The other items in here are lower down in the kit, and I might not have to access them because, like I said, I would most likely, if I didn't take my pack, I'd still be taking my EDC knife and my lighter and my flashlight. So the other items in this kit here, as you can see, I have a small fishing kit. Just have 2 bait holder hooks there, a couple of weights, and I have about 20 feet of line. Now this line was actually sent to me by a subscriber of mine. This is the Spider Wire Fusion line. It's 12 pound diameter, but it's 24 pound test, and you can see it's just like thread. So it's very multi-purpose. You could use this as floss. You could obviously use it for fishing line. You could use it as lashing because it is very strong, and you could use this to set traps. You know, pretty much anything that you needed cordage for, this will do the job. Then I just have a little bottle of eye drops. These you can get at like the optometrist. They usually will give you a couple of these when you go in to get your eyes checked, and they work great for putting in a survival kit and not having to carry a big thing of Visine. You could carry 1 or 2 of these. I just have 1 in here, but you never know when you get something in your eye. It's great to have these. In all my kits, I always put floss or some sort of floss and eye drops. Then I just have one of these foldable razor blades. Comes in handy if I had to, you know, cut something out like a sliver or something like that. It comes in a little bit more handy than a knife. Then I have one of these Streamlight Nano lights. These are great, bright little LED, something that I could clip to a pack or my keys if I needed to, but it also fits great down in an Altoids Survival tin. I have one of these little button compasses. They are fairly accurate. Then I just have a little tube of super glue and the top. I have a safety pin, many uses for that. I have the Uncle Bill's Sliver Grippers. These are a really nice set of tweezers, very nice for getting slivers out or anything else that you would need tweezers for. They're nice and flat and they're very strong as far as tweezers go. I have the Leatherman Micro. So again, this is kind of a backup as a knife, and you know, pair of scissors, a nice pair of scissors, spring loaded. Then you also got another set of tweezers, or you've got some flat screwdrivers, can opener, nail file, and some other screwdrivers, and then of course a blade. So very handy to have a little multi-tool, and it fits nicely down in the Altoids tin. I have a lighter, we'll get to that in a minute. I just have some Strike Anywhere matches, just a couple matches in there. I have a couple needles. Again, I can use the fishing line as thread and use that to sew up anything I would need to sew up. I've got a tiny ferrocerium rod here. I can use one of the straight 90-degree angles on this tool to strike it. Then in the very bottom here, I just have some tin foil. Tin foil is definitely very handy, and this with the tape, you know, you can make a lot of things, including a cup to boil water, bowls, a lot of uses for duct tape and tin foil. And then finally in here, I just have a mini Bic Lighter. Now I have this organic hemp wick wrapped around here. It's kind of a waxy wick, and the really nice thing about this is A, it's waterproof, and B, what you can do with this is you can use your lighter to light it, and then it basically will stay lit for quite a while. So you could use that to get your fire going or get anything lit that you needed to light. Maybe you need to light a barbecue or something like that and you don't have a long match, you can stick that in there. So lots and lots of uses for this hemp wick, and you're not burning the gas out of your lighter. So it kind of serves as a heavy-duty candle and allows you to not have to carry a candle in your kits. And since it does have that waxy coating, it just sticks right back down on your lighter. So lots of uses here. I have a container. I have some cordage in the form of this little thread or fishing line. I could also use the duct tape to make cordage. I have a cutting tool. I have several ways to create a fire or combustion. I have some first aid items, including floss and eye drops, a way to signal with the light here, and some navigation with the compass. So I feel it's a pretty good kit. And again, this complements what I carry in my EDC pack, but this is something that I can just grab and at least have these items with me, as well as a few little, you know, toiletry type items should I need them and not be able to carry my pack, again, in a wedding, for example, or any other situation where you maybe can't carry your pack into a ball game, basketball game, things like that. Plenty of times where you're not going to be able to carry your pack, but you still want to take some core items, and that's why I put together an Altoids tin. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video on my Altoids Survival Tin and why I figured it was necessary to carry one. Something that I'm going to keep in my larger EDC pack. If you want to see what I carry in my EDC pack, you can definitely go back and check out the video on that. Please give this video a thumbs up. Leave me some comments below on what you think I might have missed or what you think is vital for a survival tin such as the Altoids Survival Tins. And as always guys, subscribe for more videos.